Okay, let's move on then. This is gonna be game 2, first half of Scars versus AXIZ. We're gonna be able to see our permabans here with Puppeteer and Coordinator, first two bands on our side. But of course, even with the first two bands here on mine, it seems like it's going to be we're gonna be able to see Midaike going IV, Survivor Team Comp, where we banned Opera, we've Acro, we've Merc, we have Aeroplanist, and then we have a Cheerleader here. Overall, it's kind of a newer team comp here to go against an Opera Singer, but it probably wouldn't be that bad as well now that I think about it as well. Our selection mode we go, it's going to be Tuna here spawning in 2-story, meanwhile Nyan is going to be spawning on the right hand side. Never mind, we're changing. I'm just gonna wait for them until they decide to choose. Ato permalocked in middle, Nia on towards the right hand side, and then Takako here towards Moongate instead. Tuna spawning in 2-story. For Ivy, in a nutshell, it's gonna be a little bit harder here to play because everyone can kind of rotate towards 2-story if Ivy decides to spawn here. But it seems like for Ivy, we're gonna spawn near towards bottom left hand corner. Not quite sure what that area is really called, but it is an area still at the end of the day. Milaike here spawning on the bottom left here. We're most likely, well, we're probably going to bring our main body a little bit closely towards Takako here, and then if there's a Cypher machine in the middle, you could potentially lock the Cypher in the middle before going to Acrobat. But what Milaike here most likely will be looking for is just Acro himself. For Acro, in a sense, the moment he gets leeched, if he can use the ball immediately, that would be the way to go. Preferably speaking, by the way. But the only problem with Acro holding on towards the ball is depending on the direction in which Acrobat is facing, all what Ivy has to do is to, you know, move her ET and her phantom form towards the direction in which Acro is facing. So even with that in mind, that's going to be a really easy 20-second well, not 20-second, 40% fear stacked on towards Acrobat. But of course, from the Survivor side, we're going to be able to see a triple flywheel here. Acro flywheel, Cheerleader flywheel, and of course, the Aeroplanist with flywheel, followed by Merc here with Tighter. It's going to be Milaike here with Insolence Detention, followed up by a Blink. This is going to be AXIZ versus Scars, Game 2, first half of our Day 1 IJL Japan League. Let's see here, Ivy, we're gonna get out here immediately the Phantom for Yetian going straight towards Tuna, but even with Tuna here, could definitely get the leech, but it doesn't seem like we actually want to chase after Acrobat here at all. Changing targets here, once again, Nyan is also nearby, but even with Nyan but nearby here, you do have two pommons here to use just to get away from the areas as much as possible. We're using our main body to get towards Cheerleader, meanwhile Acrobat getting rid of the artifact here as well. I am just going to double checked if I am at HD. I am at HD. Okay, the quality just seemed a little bit bad on stream. Not be able to get any scream on just yet, but Midaike here still waiting, just still waiting a little bit. We are going to be able to get the scream. No, we're going to be able to get the leech, but at least we leached up pretty much a good area. Just so for Cheerleader here, it's going to be a little bit harder for us to actually pump on away. We're going to go a little bit in between the corner. Cheerleader did manage to pump on right. That's going to be 84 stack. That's going to be another one. Blink open here, which is very nicely done by Midaike. Oh, okay. But then Cheerleader did flywheel the fear. Cheerleader did flywheel the fear right there, so that's pretty interesting to see. Pretty interesting to see right here. Cheerleader on the other side right now. We're trying to buy as much time as possible from Cheerleader side. That's going to be a double pallet here being dropped down. Do we get a stack? I think we did manage to get a 47 fear stacks right there. Eating on the other side. Still trying to look around. Nyan, more or less, we got the stacks there though, surprisingly. I guess we are still having to look around near the window is, but with this in mind, Treat Cypher Machine is just about to be done. It's still 100 seconds in towards the game. That flywheel on the Cheerleader side was really nicely done still. 91 stack here on towards Cheerleader. We still do see where Cheerleader is. Cheerleader seems like she will be 100% stacked right there. Very nicely done. Cheerleader going down just about when Treat Cypher Machines has just finished decoding. Treat Cypher Machines done right here. Nyan, on the other hand, will be cheered back towards this area. There is still a pallet there left to use for the Cheerleader if she can, but since she does not really have windows or knee-jerk reflex, it's going to be a little bit harder here for Nyan to rebound. It's also with the fact that we do need to realize, you know, Cheerleader did have a recent nerf with the pom-pom. So with the pom-pom nerf as well, 60 seconds for one pom-pom. I think she might get a second four pom-pom soon, but just not yet. We're gonna be able to get a teleportation over right here. No damage rescue from the mercenary side, surprisingly. We didn't get a hit on towards Atto there, which is a bit unfortunate, especially with the fact that he had 97% fear stacks. Meanwhile, we're going to use our Phantom form here once again, trying to go out locate for the next survivor possible. But even with the next survivor possible on mine, it seems like it's going to be Atto here, who is going to get rid of the artifact deployed down by Yitian. But we should be able to get the leech here once again. We are currently at max presence, we just have to realize that still. But even with the max presence here on mine, we can throw it out and then teleport over. Teleport over? Teleport over. We decide not to teleport over just yet. Mercenary is still nearby right now. Cheerleader with double pom-poms. A little bit of a scary situation here. It seems like from the AXIZ wave survivor side, they want to actually force this hit on towards... Oh, we teleport over? No. That wasn't the best case scenario. I know that Cheerleader can still be leashed, but the only issue with Cheerleaders that can be leashed here is you don't have transference of corruption of transference for that extra 40% stack. That would be the biggest issue here. That genuinely would be the biggest issue here. We're going to blink down here immediately. Okay. We do have a 72% Cypher Machine near middle, but that Cypher Machine near middle can just be decoded by the Mercenary. They're going to start healing here, Mercenary and Cheerleader. Are they? Oh, they are healing. Okay, they are healing. They are healing. It's going to be Acrobat and Cheerleader, not Merc. Merc seems like he still has to go in for the rescue. Going to be able to get a chair there. And Mercenary currently on his way. Cheerleader will be fully healed right here, thankfully though, but this is still a basement chair. So with the basement chair, there's a huge double down situation, but even with the double down situation here on Mind, we're going to be able to grab what's ours back and normally hit rescue here on the Merc. That's going to be our poor aeroplane is going down here, but Mercenary still with one elbow pad left on his hands. A double down situation here will be really bad, but it seems like for Mercenary, we want to save items for endgame. Meanwhile, there is the Acrobat currently near middle, getting rid of that 85% Cypher Machine. Cheerleader is still trying to finish the corner Cypher Machine there as well. Instant Detention alongside with Impulsive, Berserker, Announcement, and Cypher Lock on the Hunter side right now. We're going to be able to get the leech here on Atto. That's going to be Acrobat, Fireball in. We did get the Scream on, but that was only 24% Scream. That's going to be the hit, and we're just going to jump down here pretty fast. Blink here will not be used, but Flywheel did come out. But I don't know how this is gonna go. Okay, so Flywheel did manage to come out. Mercenary did get up as here as well. Mercenary doesn't really have self-heal here remaining, but Mercenary definitely would try to get rid of the 90-something% Cypher Machine decoding brackets. That's going to be the hit off straight on towards the Mercenary right there. But it doesn't really matter in this case. Wait, no, the Cypher Machines. There's two Cypher Machines primed. Okay, damn. Damn, there's two Cypher Machine primed. Damn. Acrobat, we're trying not look on the Acro right now. Okay, Mercenary, one elbow pad, Mercy. We need to buy a bit more time. We did get the hit down there, we don't need to chair Mercenary here at all. Just leave Mercenary at basement. I didn't know. The thing is, right, leaving Mercenary at basement will be the best case scenario here, because even if the survivor did decide to come, then they need to take quite a bit of time to heal the Mercenary anyway, so it would just give you more time to to chase, compared to, you know, an instant rescue here without much time as well. But I guess from Mirai K's point of view, he just personally thinks that, okay, if they come in towards my area, they'll get fear stacks anyway. So because of the fact that they'll get fear stacks, it shouldn't be too much of an issue here for me. Survivor, we're gonna play a little bit of a long game here with a push and pull. With this in mind though, there's currently no one at the exit gates just yet, but we still have to look for someone, especially as Opera Singer here. If she doesn't have tonight is there, then she needs to pull out as much as possible her phantom form, just to look for which survivor is nearby near that area. But there might be a little bit of an issue here as well. There is currently no one nearby. We are downstairs leeching on towards Mercenary. But if you decided there's a lot of issue with Miraike's decision making here. Nyan did get off. Hey, please, can we just talk about how Acrobat gave off crows? Okay, Cheerleader has crows, Acrobat has crows, but you've only 29 seconds on the clock here. You cannot, well, you can't, can you chase after Cheerleader? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. We did get the leech on there immediately. We're going to be able to teleport, but we teleported wrong, which is a little bit unfortunate. Acrobat holding on towards the ball right here. 15 seconds on left towards the clock. We do still have blink, though. All we need is a blink and a normal hit. But I don't think that'll be possible anymore, especially with the fact that you've only 5 seconds left. Okay, the tension is over. We do have blink. The tension is over. We do have blink. We're going to be able to blink open here immediately. But dungeon is near the opposite side of factory right now. Acrobat seems like he actually wants to rush for dungeon here, but for our opera singer, Trim elimination here is definitely still possible. Just depends. We do have a fireball ready. Acrobat jumping over the fireball right there. But it seems like Acrobat also at the same time should be able to make it towards the dungeon right there. Ay. The moment the crows pop, we should have immediately leech and teleport, but we didn't. Let's congratulate Acrobat here for the dungeon escape, and that's tie game for AXIZ Survivor. Moving on towards the second half of game 2. Okay, it's going to be the second half of game 2 here. We are going to be able to see the permabands with a wildling and patient. It seems like for our next few bands here, sorry, my thing crashed a little bit. And then for our next few bands here, it's going to be Psycho Cheerleader, followed up by your Embalmer and Seer. And then you ban the Coordinator, you pick out Aeroplanist, ban Acrobat, pick out Merc. With this in mind, we did decide to ban the IV here once again. But of course, with the IV ban, I'd say Kaka can come out with Opera. Kaka can also come out with Bane. Kaka can also come out with Hermit. Hermit is a possibility depending on how well he plays. Hermit plus... But Hermit with Warp is a whole different scenario. Even with Seer on mind, Hermit with Warp is kind of like... really good. It's like Hermit with like two miracle orbs and with the teleportation orbs, right? But it seems like for Kaka here, we're still gonna go Opera Singer anyways. Opera Singer is who Kaka played a lot last tourney as well. But with that on mind, I say from the Survivor side, all of them most likely have brought Windows Speed Boost, because like, you know, to counter who? To counter Opera Singer and to counter Bane, Gamekeeper, Windows Speed Boost is usually the way to go for both characters there as well. Flywheel not so much because you can hook Flywheel for Bane, but anyways, on towards the air selection mode we go. It's going to be Kaka here spawning by Moongate. Meanwhile, you have the Seer in middle, Aeroplanist at Shack, Embalmer here at 2-story, and of course Mercenary spawning by the corner right there. Seems like we possibly could lock Mercenary Cypher Machine if there is no Cypher Machine that spawns here. But it just depends, right? Sometimes there could be a Cypher Machine here, sometimes it's actually over here, so Mercenary either has to rotate towards here or here. We just have to see how it goes at the end of the day, but I'd say from Survivor's point of view right now, they do have a quite tieable team comp, especially against an Opera Singer. It is a pretty tieable team comp, but if Aeroplanist gets first chase, it might be a little bit of a different story here. Aeroplanist is at a little bit of a bad area. Not saying that Shack is horrible, it's just the fact that it's an Opera Singer. If it was any other hunter, yes, Shack is great. I'd be able to rotate you all the way, you know, up here or over here with the pallets near these two areas. Take the pallet speed boost from here and rotate over here with the triple pallets in these areas. But you know, it's Opera Singer, so you never really know. You could definitely jetpack or hover away, but with the hovers on mind, oh well, what can we do? Okay, then moving on towards the persona selections we go. It's going to be Kaka here, Opera Singer with Trump Card Detention, followed up by Blink. Survivor wise, we'll only have one tie turner, and then Seer with Flywheel and Windows Speed Boost. No borrow time here on towards the Seer, and a double Windows Speed Boost here on both the Embalmer and of course the Aeroplanist. It's going to be game 2 second half of AXIZ versus Scars, where last game was a tie. This game will Survivors definitely need a tie here, or else if it's anything more than a 3-man elimination, it'll be a win for AXIZ Waves. Okay, then moving straight towards the game, it seems like we're going to go for Mona here instead, who is going to be our Aeroplanist. We are playing a little bit of a mind game here, but also at the same time we're going to be able to leave Shadow right behind. And with the Shadow here on mind, we are going to dash out here immediately. But I guess the only good thing about, you know, Shack is one part of the area doesn't really have that much objects for you to utilize in order for you to, you know, dash and to catch out fast. We're going to be able to get a vault in. And it seems like Aeroplanist is going to take the same direction here. Next jetpack here definitely has to be used, but most likely I'll follow up with a hover because it's too much things for us to use. We're going to go back towards the back area there. Might not be the best case scenario for us, but we did manage to kind of sidestep the first hit. But you know what, the hill will still register. Blink is currently ready as well. We do still have jetpack here. I mean, like, we see as well, you know, the who again. We also see as well, oh, beautiful owl. We see Aeroplanist after nerf as well, how the dash distance did decrease by a bit, which allowed Opera Singer to catch up even more. But with this in mind, it's going to be a very discreet blink down, no time wasted. Trump guard attention, follow up with max pallet breaking here, it seems, alongside with panic and quenching effect. Now then, triple 75%, 70% Cypher machines on average. Mercenary's on his way in here for the rescue. Meanwhile, Mona doesn't really have that much items remaining as well. We are going to be able to get Tinnitus here with Mercenary crouching on a little bit of an outer side of this area, and then Embalmer trying to come in to look at the face of our Aeroplanist. But I say for Aeroplanist right here, his main job really is to be able to show the face to Embalmer. Meanwhile, Mercy here comes in for the rescue. Embalmer seems like he did manage to get the face, so we're currently embalming the what's my man's name again? Oh, Aeroplanist. And with the Aeroplanist embalm here, we did get it, okay, but can we... Okay, we see Embalmer rushing to 2-story. At least Embalmer is rushing to 2-story right now, so this will not only buy the survivors quite a lot of time, it's also with the fact that if you see on the bottom left hand side of the screen, the Embalmer is already up in 2-story. So we decided to place the coffin near the window. Not a bad plan. Very solid plan here. Should be more or less a tie for game 2, unless Kakaka, well, it could potentially be a 4-man endgame, simply because of the fact that this is still Embalmer at the end of the day. But with Embalmer here as well, no warp here, which is a little bit unfortunate, because if this was Hermit with warp, be great, it would be great. Mona here didn't really pull that much of a big distance, but that's still okay for now. We do have around 1 Cypher machine done, and basically 3 Cypher machines at 80% on average, and the other one at 50. So our Cypher machines is a lot, basically a lot. That's a beautiful pallet stun there, deployed down by Embalmer, and I feel like maybe just maybe we did get the slow vaults in. We still do see where Aeroplanist is, but with Aeroplanist here on mine, we down at a pretty inconvenient area. But you see, the only thing here is there's only 171% Cypher machine remaining, and Mercenary can come in for the rescue once again. Mercy should come in for the rescue, especially with the fact that he does have... No, oh wait, never mind. I forgot Lul. But it's still a tie game. I forgot the Embalmer coffin actually counts as a chair lol. Sorry, that was my mistake right there. But with that in mind though, 171% Cypher machine, another one at 93. More or less in this case scenario, it is a tie game. And more or less it is a tie. We get a hit on towards Embalmer right there. Embalmer rushing up towards upstairs. It's going to be a little bit harder for us to play around upstairs here. But for Scars and Survivors, like getting a 3-man escape, trying to win round 2 is going to be a little bit hard here, especially against an Opera Stinger too. Kakaka on the other hand though, we are currently getting healed. It seems like the Seer is currently healing the Embalmer, and with the heal here on mine, Mercenary is a little bit of a bad spot to be in. Trump card has already been used for teleportation, and with a teleportation here on mine, I guess there's going to be no abnormal. It seems like Mercenary is going to go open a new Cypher machine here, and so we want to kind of guarantee the tie, so regardless of what happens here, it's better to play it safe than sorry, which is really well done by Scars the Survivor side. Meanwhile, Opera Singer, it really just depends on how long it takes for us to get there though. But like, if Opera Singer needs this 3-man elimination, she has to be able to find Mercenary down him and force him to also use self-heal. Teleportation is also ready on this side note here as well. Mercenary going out trying to hide here, realizing that he's actually the only 1.5 health. If he goes down here and self-heal has been consumed, also alongside with teleport, might not be the best here for Scars the Survivor side. So Scars the Survivor side realizing this, we see blue sticker on the ground. We don't see the blue sticker on the ground. Okay, we don't see the blue sticker on the ground. We do see GNK though, who is currently the Embalmer. Embalmer is still here on the run, but even with Embalmer on the run, we are going to be able to see Embalmer here still. Both Seer and Mercenary are decoding new Cypher machines. That 71% Cypher machine doesn't seem like it can be be decoded any longer because it was Embalmer who is near the 71% cipher machine, but we can Shadow Dance back still in this case scenario. We do see where the Mercenary is. Mercenary triple elbow pads. We're not going to Shadow Dance back because there's not much time here remaining. We're going to Shadow Dance towards the Mercenary, in which we successfully hit behind the pallet there, thankfully. Yes, the first elbow pad here has been consumed. Trying to buy as much time here as possible. Kaka, on the other hand, we elbow padded towards the opera singer though. And 3, 2, 1, teleport to Embalmer! Oh, okay, we didn't teleport to Embalmer, never mind. Okay, we didn't decide to teleport to Embalmer, never mind. The Mercenary goes down here with no items remaining. We do have teleport, we do have dashes. We can immediately dash towards the corner there in which the cipher machine has been popped, or towards Shack. Not Shack 2, sorry. Just to double check if the teleportation is going to come out. That might be a small bit of an issue right here. We do get Tinnitus as well, Kaka. Being able to find whoever is hiding in towards this area right here. This is going to be a huge Shuma elimination if we can find. We did manage to get Tinnitus here as well. Could we? I do think we realized that there's someone in the corner here. Simply because of the fact that we're looking. We don't see Embalmer. Wait, we do see Embalmer. Okay, we hear Embalmer, but we didn't see him. We heard Embalmer panting, but we didn't see him. With Sora right here trying to come in for the rescue though. Seer shouldn't be able to make it here, which is the very unfortunate part. We are going to be able to get Tinnitus here from this here, but Seer 60-second containment against an opera singer might be just a tad bit hard, even if you do have stuff to do. But it seems like we're going to come back here anyways to look for the Embalmer, who's currently almost fully healed. Seer as well, needing to be a little bit careful right here. I'm assuming for Kaka right now, he knows that he has to go back, because the moment Embalmer gets up, we're just gonna have to see how we play this one pallet mind game. Never mind, no pallet mind game needed. There was way too much time for opera singer, and seems like let's congratulate the 3-man elimination here, endgame for the opera. Let's congratulate AXIZ for winning against Scars. Then a little bit unfortunate for Scars here, 2 losses already on day 1. Let's move on directly to day 2 then, shall we?